Well, happy hump day to you. Chris Hare here, the world champion crypto cowboy, bringing you your Bitcoin update. We've got a lot to talk about. Currently pulling back, and I wonder if gold and silver just aren't pulling all the liquidity completely out of crypto right now. And that's why nothing can get a run. And when it pulls back, it dumps. But we're going to figure it out. We're not going to waste a lot of time today. Go ahead and start off with my new little mercantile from the Crypto Cowboy store. Selling Crypto Cowboy merchandise along with some Bitcoin caps, hoodies, and I've got some Yeti cups over there that are super cool. Go ahead and check that out. But all the news coming down, eyes are on today. Press conference with the FOMC, Jerome Powell at 2:30 Eastern time. So that's 1:30 Texas time. All eyes will be on that. To get our next move, figure out exactly what Jerome Powell's thinking. And there's also rumors that Trump may appoint a new Fed chair over the next couple of days. Interesting stuff's going on. The Clarity Act was delayed. Actually going to a vote today that Washington, D.C. has been in a big winter storm, just like we have down here in Texas. I'm still snowed in. 6 days later, Texas is closed. We're still dealing with snow and ice. Can't get out. But let's go ahead and figure out what's going on with Bitcoin. Start off with a liquidation heat map. This is what market makers use to track your liquidity. That's why charts seem manipulated, because they are. Market makers just go after your short and long liquidation points. And this tells them exactly where they are. Everything above price action is a short trade. Everything below price action is a long trade. And you can see the cumulative totals right now. We've got about $11.52930 billion worth of liquidations to the short side and about $5 billion worth of long. So the imbalance is definitely to the upside. They keep piling in as we keep pulling back. But I'm not sure they're not coming after a little more on the. If you go down to a weekly heat map, you can see there's not a lot of liquidity left above us, maybe up to about 92,000, but there it's bright all the way down to about 86,000, guys. Cumulative totals, $982 million worth of short trades on the book compared to about 1.9 billion. So there's 2 billion worth of liquidation sitting down here. Probably what they're trying to come after and get right now. I know we've been in a pretty serious pullback here. Not serious, but it could get that way pretty quick. But we'll get into the charts. We'll figure out exactly what and why. What I can tell you is that we did reject the daily 50 simple moving average, sitting at right at $90,000. We talked about this yesterday. I thought if we ran up this far, we probably would. That's our golden zone on the hourly now. Now we're coming back. Question is, I think we lose these 50 simple and smooth moving averages on the hourly, sitting at about 88.7 down to about 88.5. The retracement zone is going to sit right around $87,000 to $86,000. If we can hold that, guys, then I think we maybe try to run up to the extension somewhere around $92,000 to $94,000. If we can't hold this, I think we're headed down. The weekly 50 smooth moving average still sits down here as our line in the sand. 86,274 is that target. But if we lose that, guys, 84 to 83,000, then I'm afraid it may get worse from there. If you look at the 4 hour, you can see we've just kind of been in this bull flag and a bull flag. We had a bull flag, we lost it. Now we've built another one. We've lost it again, rejected off that 50 smooth moving average on the 4 hour. Now we're coming back to retest the daily, the simple moving average on the 4 hour. Doesn't look like we're going to hold it. We're still in this retracement zone. So I still have a little bit of hope. But you can see where that target on the hourly is, 87 to 86,000. It's right below this 4 hour retracement zone. So if we lose this, guys, I think we're headed down to retest this weekly 50 smooth moving average. Or we're headed down to about $84,000 to $83,000. The extensions on the 4 hours sit down around $80,000 to $76,000. We'll see what happens. If we can find support here, though, I think we head up, cross over this daily 50 and get to the daily 50 smooth moving average, sitting up here at about $94,500. That would be our next move if we do, in fact, find support towards the bottom. Daily chart's going to show you my concerns. We've been in this bear flag. Bear flag, not a bull flag. Bull flags go the other way. But we've been in it since we found support way back before Thanksgiving on November 21st. And we've just kind of consolidated and slowly ran up. We rejected the 382 on the daily. Interestingly enough, on 2022, we rejected the 382 at the same point. Came down, lost the 50 simple moving average. We've came up to retest it twice now. Have not been able to break it twice. That's usually a pretty bearish indicator. So all eyes on this 50 simple moving average, smooth moving average, sitting at 86,195. If we can hold that and go up, I think we've got to get over this weekly 50 simple moving average, sitting at about $100,000. before we can decide where we go from there. If we start losing these weekly 50 guys, the half sits at about 74,300. There's a head and shoulders that targets out about $50,000. It's still up in the air. It's just anybody's guess where it goes from here. I want to hold out optimism, but with the liquidity sweeps that you're having and all the liquidity heading over to gold and silver and other metals, I'm just not optimistic crypto can find the spark it needs to get going just yet. Weekly chart's ugly, guys. You can see there's a big head and shoulders. We've lost certain trends that were key to us working up towards this golden zone. I'm just not confident we get there, but if we can get over this daily 50 smooth moving average at about 94.2, then we can talk about further upside. If we reject here, like I said, the weekly retracement sits between 60,000, 41,000 with the head and shoulders targeted around $50,000. That's where we're at for today. Tomorrow may look different. I'm trying to give us a little bit of optimism in all this doom and gloom because you know how crypto is. It may take off tomorrow, and that's that. We're talking about how high can we go. But it doesn't look good right now. I'm not going to lie. It looks super weak. The liquidity going into gold and silver and other things really kind of just sparks a little bit of caution for me, not going to lie. But we'll figure it out. We're going to go through this day to day. We're going to see what happens at the Fed meeting. I'll do another walk and talk this afternoon when it happens. See if we can't figure out exactly where we go from here. But I'm going to wrap it up right now. Chris Hare, the world champion crypto cowboy. I really appreciate you guys watching. See you down the road.